Breakfast of Champions.
There's a whole bunch of reasons why this group has joined the Long Drive for Drought. For some, it's a chance to take their beloved 40 series out into the Wild West. For others, an opportunity to learn more about life on the land, to get into the bush and meet some of the locals.
The thing I love about driving around in the old vehicles, it doesn't matter where you stop, they're a conversation piece. When you're in an old car, they come over and ask you, oh, this is pretty cool, mate. And yeah, that's what I like about it.
Day 3, Hebel to Eulo. Let's do this!
The crew is pumped for the day ahead. 400 kilometres from Eulo via Cunnamulla, ensconced in these historic 40 series Land Cruisers. Introduced in 1960, the Land Cruiser 40 series was produced in multiple variants until 1984. Mass-produced using modern production and assembly techniques, this was the 4x4 lineup that made Toyota famous across the globe. These days, the humble 40 series Land Cruiser has achieved the previously unthinkable. It's now a collector's car. Plenty have been repowered with much more powerful, more modern engines. And restoring the 40 is a major hobby in Australia, where some projects involve 40 series bodies being transplanted into 80 series chassis for the ultimate in off-road smarts and retro cool. The love of these vehicles for some has turned from a hobby into a business. McKinnon Cruisers is a family-run workshop in Tamborine in Queensland. They manufacture and fabricate everything your cruiser needs, and leading the charge is Billy McKinnon. On this Long Drive for Drought, he and his mate Steve have each brought along their own personal pride and joy.
So this one's a 1991 80 series Land Cruiser chassis, coil spring, and then we've put the early model 40 cab on it with a 2017 Ford Mustang 5-litre V8 and a Tiptronic 6-speed auto.
So this is my baby, 1991 80 series chassis with what was a 1980 BJ42 Land Cruiser that we hacked to bits, extended the cab, shortened the chassis, and well, it's on its third motor now. We're onto a Cummins 6BT 5.9 litre 12 valve. Yeah, it's probably pushing around 400 horsepower. The delivery is completely different, but I absolutely love this thing.
Our lunch stop is Cunnamulla with the best steaks hangers, sponsored by our good mates at Droughtmaster, along with some local arts and craft shopping. Paying tribute to the region's pastoral heritage, this is the town where Slim Dusty strolled the streets and penned the country music favourite, Cunnamulla Fella. It certainly is pride and passion for the 40 series that drives many of these faithful owners, because they do not come without their challenges, and a road trip like this certainly puts them to the test.
Over the last few days we had a bit of a knock in the engine. We've gone inside and had a look, and this harmonic balancer was not very harmonic anymore.
Arriving in Cunnamulla wasn't the highlight that Jason and his daughter thought it might be. The front of the crankshaft is damaged and chewed completely out. There's nowhere to put a keyway, the threads are damaged on the end of the nut, and the keyway inside the harmonic balancer is also chewed out. So, barely an hour ago, it looked like these guys were going to have to pull the pin on this event and head back home.
Best thing about Outback Communities is after talking to the constable, he's made a few phone calls, and unbelievably less than 50 metres across the road is a lovely lady that's going to open up her yard. Another officer's going to get a welder, and they're going to let us get in and hook in and make some repairs. I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get it back on the road.
If all goes to plan, Jason will catch up to the team later tonight, where they'll set up camp at Alroy Station. Departing Cunnamulla, the drive takes us further west towards Yulo. Yulo has a population of less than 50 people and consequently is little more than a pub and a general store. Historically, it was a place where opal miners from nearby mines gathered. The Yulo Queen Hotel, named after Isabel Gray, who became known as the Opal Queen of Yulo and was also known to use her charm on the local miners to build her valuable gem collection, is the perfect afternoon pit stop. Tonight, the crew will set up at Alroy Station, about 45 minutes south of Yulo. Music under the stars, a camp oven dinner, and an almighty bonfire that'd burn the eyebrows off. And best of all, some good news from Jason.
Thanks to the crews that stuck behind, we did exactly what we planned to do. Welded the harmonic balancer straight onto the crankshaft and drove here. So huge thanks to the Cunnamulla Police Department. They got in and gave us a good hand as well. Supplied some tools and yeah, it all came together. So happy days.
When we return from the break, we head to Dinosaur Country, an iconic outback pub and an international sporting event of the crustacean kind.
200 for Wilma. Wilma, 2. 1,